Hey, what's up everyone? This is Francis over here from Nintendo and PlayerEssence.com, and we've got a host of new information for you guys on Xenoblade Chronicles X exclusively for the Wii U. So, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct recently, and boy was there a lot of information on various games. But I want to hone in on Xenoblade Chronicles X just for this video here, and on Player Essence Cross Nintendo, I'll kind of have a nice summary of everything. So, Xenoblade Chronicles X is targeting a 2015 release. Satoru Iwata did say that at the Nintendo Direct. They're targeting it. Hopefully it makes it, but I think it will because the game is looking more and more polished by the day, especially with this latest gameplay video that they showed. So before we get into the gameplay video, because I did notice quite a number of things, I want to talk about some new media that Xenoblade Chronicles X does have. So there is an official Twitter account, a Japanese Twitter account for the game. So they will be posting new information and details throughout the next couple of weeks or months, or into next year, however long it takes, of course, till the game releases. There's going to be new information revealed, kind of like how they did with Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U. So expect that. In the description below, you'll have a link over to Player Essence. There you'll see their first post already translated, and from there you can follow them on Twitter. Next, I want to talk about the new Japanese website that's also up. There's some new artwork for the game, and it looks beautiful. It shows off all the different cast of characters with one of the dolls overlooking the new Los Angeles, and it just looks amazing. Really gorgeous piece of artwork. There really isn't much on the Japanese website, but it still looks great nevertheless, and there is going to be new details, new media, new photos and stuff uploaded onto that site. So it looks like they're really ramping up the marketing and development of this game so it can make that 2015 release date. Next, I wanted to go into some details of what Satoru Iwata shared at the Nintendo Direct. We got the first look at the gamepad and how the gamepad is going to be used in Xenoblade Chronicles X, and it's actually really cool. From what they showed on there, there's various different menu options, but they also have a lot of different trackers and different areas to where you can seamlessly interact with side quests and missions. That's probably going to be able to display information to where you're not going to have to be toggling back and forth between the pause screen and the game. That was one of the issues that I had with Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. I always had to pause to go into something, pause to do this, pause to do that. And with many other Wii U games, especially the open world type games like Lego City Undercover or like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, which is probably my favorite example, having that extra gamepad there to be able to swap items, to be able to see the map, be able to display information without having to constantly pause your game in those bigger RPG open world type games is really helpful, and Xenoblade Chronicles X looks to nail it with this gamepad integration. But probably the coolest thing that I did see on there, and a lot of eagle-eyed users spotted out, was that there's actually a keyboard icon on that gamepad when Iwata was talking about it. So that pretty much leads me to believe that there's going to be some type of multiplayer connections, and I think it's going to be online multiplayer. I already did an analysis for the game where it pretty much kind of confirms that there's some form of online multiplayer just based on the chat log of what the people were saying in Japanese to each other. But the fact that we have the keyboard icon on there says that, hey, it supports keyboard, so that could mean that there is going to be some online interactions between player-to-player connections and stuff like that. So nothing is confirmed at this moment, and Nintendo still isn't talking about that, but I would be shocked if there wasn't some form of online multiplayer. It's really cool. Xenoblade Chronicles X looks so polished. I wanted to discuss just really the massive hype surrounding the game at this point. The open worlds in Xenoblade Chronicles, they do the most with what they can with the hardware. I mean, it is amazing that they've been able to craft that type of world and have it look as good as it does on the Wii U. There is a lot of stuff going on. It's not just an open, empty world like, let's say, Final Fantasy XIII, the Grand Pulse, which was kind of empty at times. This is a big, massive open world with day-night weather patterns, with all sorts of rain and fog and cloudy. There's all sorts of stuff that they're packing into this game, and they're really taking advantage of the Wii U gamepad combined with, of course, the power of the Wii U to really bring out the best they can with this game. I'm just really excited to finally see more on the game. And I do want to touch on one more thing before I go here. They did redo the title screen as far as the logo for the game and how the Xenoblade Chronicles X looks. The X is not the same X that we had before, the one that I used for Player Essence Cross Nintendo, and lots of people have already had on there, plus the X that they already had before. This X is more blue, and I think that kind of goes more with the color scheme and kind of like the feel of the future and the neo Los Angeles, kind of like the blue laser lights. I think that goes better with the theme of the game and the colors of the game than the red X. But that neon bluish type color that they have in there is all throughout neo Los Angeles. And the color palette is just a little bit more of a darker shaded tone. So I think that works well for it. And although the X looks really cool, the old one, this new one also looks good as well. So what do you guys think about Xenoblade Chronicles X? I personally think this is going to be the best game of 2015, but that's just my opinion. There's a lot of great games. Splatoon looks good, but we'll talk about that in a later video. But what do you guys think about it? What are you guys' opinions on Xenoblade Chronicles X? Has that made you a believer? Are you guys getting the game? Were you not sold but sold? What is your most anticipated feature or thing that they're going to do in this game? I'd like to know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you give this video a like if you did like it. It really helps spread our content across YouTube when you do so. And please subscribe if you're someone new. You're going to get the Bayonetta show. You're going to get Player Since Cross Nintendo. We have the Legend of Zelda show. We have all sorts of stuff, plus regular news updates right here on P Nintendo and on PlayerSense.com. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.